Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome once again to NoDQ&A video right here on youtube.com/NoDQ&AW and NoDQ.com as always. First off, I want to talk about what is on the minds of the entire internet wrestling community. It's been debated, it's been discussed. Ethan is coming. Now besides Ethan, we have WWE Battleground. A lot of feedback from this show. Most of it not positive, so let's get right down to the questions here. First one today comes from Whitson774. Hey Aaron, what did you think of Battleground? Personally, I thought it was one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever watched. CM Punk winning with a low blow and a no-contest WWE Championship match. What's going on here? Please answer in video. Well, I think what's going on here is the WWE creative team was using some of this. But anyways, you know, if you watched NoDQ&A video number 365, I believe, last week, somebody asked me, was Battleground worth ordering? And I basically said no. I said that, Battleground was a throwaway pay-per-view, and that's what it turned out to be. I mean, first of all, it's a bad idea to have two pay-per-views in 1 month. That is definitely overkill. And second, you have this generic pay-per-view name with no concept behind it. They don't even bother to do the War Games, which is a way you could have at least justified doing a Battleground pay-per-view. But, it was definitely going in a B pay-per-view at best. And, you get what you pay for. I had talked about how, in all likelihood, the main event was going to have some sort of screwy finish to lead up to Hell in the Cell, and that would be the blow-off match. In the WWE title situation with Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. And as far as CM Punk and Ryback goes, I mean, once again, WWE booked themselves into a corner. CM Punk has lost the last several pay-per-views. He lost at SummerSlam. He lost at Night of Champions. So, do you really want to have CM Punk do another job on pay-per-view? And then you have Ryback, who really needs something going on. And WWE puts him with Paul Heyman, and for some reason they book this match, and you don't really want to bury either guy, so you do a low blow finish. So, I mean, fairly predictable. And, I got another question here regarding the main event from Nikki Sturzu. Hey Aaron, long time no asking. What's your opinion on Battleground? I just briefly gave my thoughts there. Is there a possibility we can see a triple threat match at Hell in the Cell, given the involvement of the Big Show last night? Well, I think it's best to finish the Daniel Bryan-Randy Orton feud, and I think they should do a singles match at Hell in the Cell, and then, if you want to throw in Big Show at Survivor Series and do a triple threat, whatever. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Big Show and triple threat matches. I think back to SummerSlam 2012, Big Show versus CM Punk versus John Cena. Nothing much of a match there. And then going back a decade plus to Survivor Series when Big Show won the title against Triple H and The Rock. Big Show was a substitute for Steve Austin, and that was a disappointment. So not really crazy about the idea of another Big Show triple threat match, but considering the fact that he's been a major part of the storylines, they might as well go in that direction. So, like I said, whatever. But yeah, as far as Hell in the Cell goes, if it was me, I would stick to Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan one last time and settle this feud once and for all to determine who the undisputed WWE champion is. All right, this one comes from BookerMan82. Hey Aaron, why would WWE have Damien Sandow versus Dolph Ziggler on the pre-show and Great Khali and Santino on the main card? Just does not make sense. Please answer in video. Well, if you want to see Antonio Cesaro swinging Great Khali, you have to pay for it. But seriously, I think that, they want to have something on the pre-show that will entice viewers to buy the pay-per-view. So if you watch a pre-show match and you see Dolph Ziggler and, having a good match with somebody, that might convince somebody, hey, maybe I should buy the pay-per-view. But I don't think it worked in this case. I mean, Damien Sandow and Dolph Ziggler wasn't really anything special. So yeah, I mean, WWE has their reasons why they have the pre-show matches, and And as far as Great Khali and Santino, I mean, I've talked about it before. WWE loves the Santino character, and you know, if they're gonna have a filler match, they're gonna put Santino in there just so he gets a spot on the pay-per-view. All right, this one comes from Javier Maiden Spa. Hey Aaron, great work on the web and video. Thank you for that. First time asker. Curtis Axel got boring chants in his match against R-Truth at Battleground. What can he do to get over by himself, and what do you think of commentators that keep calling the IC title prestigious? Well, as long as it's in past tense, I don't see a problem with it. The IC title used to be prestigious. You know, WWE can do all they can do with Curtis Axel. You know, they put him in there with Paul Heyman, and you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. To be honest, Curtis Axel, he's still lacking in virtually every department. His mic skills, slight improvement, but you know, nothing to write home about. And in the ring, he's all right. And charisma-wise, he doesn't really have it. So, I mean, up to this point, it's not clicking for me. And, you know, you can't really blame WWE. They have given him the push, and he's been in the spotlight. Although, you know, in the feud with CM Punk versus Paul Heyman, you know, Curtis Axel has been somewhat of a bit player on the side. So, you know, I don't know if there's anything WWE can do other than just keep pushing him and see if something clicks. But as of right now, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know if he's going to reach another level. I think that he might be getting as far as he's going to get. I just don't know. All right, this one comes from Nature and Chaos 2. Do you think Jim Cornette will ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Thanks and love the show. Well, if it was up to me, absolutely. Jim Cornette definitely deserves to go in the Hall of Fame. One of the greatest managers of all time. One of the best talkers in the history of the wrestling industry. So I think it's a no-brainer. But we all know Jim Cornette is not exactly a good PR guy. You know, he's not politically correct, and you know, it all depends on how the WWE management feels about him at the time they're deciding, okay, who should go into the Hall of Fame next year. So you know, it's all about timing and how the company feels about him. But I think he should definitely go in, and the sooner the better. All right, got another one here from Whitson774. Hey Aaron, as a Scottish fan, I'm kind of biased towards Drew McIntyre and would love to see him get a better shot. What do you think of the possible return of his Chosen One gimmick, and do you think he can be the World Heavyweight or WWE Champion? Please answer in video. There's been a lot of talk, rumors going around that Drew McIntyre will be done with 3MB and will be repackaged and get another opportunity as the Chosen One. But the fact is, I mean, I don't think that he can be the Chosen One when the Chosen One is Ethan. But in all seriousness, you know, I think that it's a good idea to give him another push. I definitely feel he deserves it, and him being in 3MB is a waste of his potential. But the fact is, he's been in that mid card, that lower card for so long now, and he's been a part of that 3MB group. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to take him seriously again. Even if they do push him, I don't know if he can win the world title and people would be able to see him as a credible champion. So, you know, I think it's going to be very difficult to really get him over at that level. But, you know, stranger things have happened, and you cannot rule anything out. But, yeah, I would definitely like to see him get another chance and, you know, another push as a serious heel. All right, last question today comes from Wronghead. Hey Aaron, I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the Tim White segments around 2005 where he attempted suicide numerous times? I think one word describes it best, wacky, but at least those segments were done on WWE's website and they weren't shown on Raw. I think that would have been bad. You know, stuff like Santino and the flutes on SmackDown a few weeks ago, those kind of over-the-top, goofy, wacky segments really have no place on the actual television shows. If you want to do it, on WWE.com, that's fine. If you want to do it at a house show, then actually that's fine. If you want to do those Santino like segments on house shows, that's not a problem because it's not televised and a lot of people aren't seeing it, and only the most hardcore fans are the ones that go to the house shows anyways. So that's not an issue, and yeah, that was the thing about the Tim White segments. The fact that they just did it on the website and it wasn't shown on Raw or SmackDown. To my knowledge, I mean, maybe they did show something. I don't even remember, but I tend to remember the bulk of those segments being on the website. So, that I had no problem with. And the segments were, mildly amusing. All right, that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A video. Just a reminder, in case you guys don't know, Ethan is in fact coming. He will be here soon in TNA, and the wrestling world will never be the same again. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQCW, and stay tuned to NoDQ.com for all the latest regarding Battleground. And I will see you guys next time for more No DQ&A video.